Oh, this is putting you to it. Would either of you ever consider getting a ruler tattoo like Adam's?
I mean, my entire arm here is like covered up, so I mean, maybe on this one.
You know, you could put a red dash at every increment just
That's
somewhere.
true.
And then they'd be like, is that aesthetic? And you're like, sure.
Sure, yes, total aesthetic choice. I mean, it is very handy though. Like, just a moment ago, you showed us how you use it, and it's like, it's brilliant.
I use it all the time. It's really great for me when I'm actually in bed late at night and I'm ideating about what I might build. And then I think, oh, I wonder if you can get bearings that big. Oh, how big? And that's when this comes up, is sizing stuff that I'm purchasing or researching.
That's good.
Yeah, we have that problem like when we're in the store too, and it's like, I know how big whatever thing is gonna be. It's like, oh, it's gonna be 18 centimeters, but and then you have to eyeball it, and it doesn't say on the thing.
And when you eyeball it, it's always gonna be wrong.
I know.
It's always, you're always gonna bring it home and it's like twice as big. How was I this wrong?
So it's a maybe.
Fair.
Maybe.
I'm going to ask these two together. How many projects do you usually work on at a time? And is there a regular budget you usually have per video?
Well, we only have the brain capacity to work at one thing at a time.
God, amazing.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Start to finish. So start it.
Yes.
Grind through it.
Pretty much.
I see the mental tax it brings upon you.
It is honestly a problem. It's like, I mean, ideally, yes, we would be able to work on multiple at once, because like workflow-wise, that would be so much better, because it's like certain things take time to glue, and then it's like you have to 3D print something and it takes a long time, and then you have to pause it. It's just the brain capacity here is just, it's too limited.
You know what you have to work with, and you know what it needs.
And I think at least for me, I get in this bubble, the project bubble, where I literally cannot think of anything else, other topic. All I think about is the project for a whole month. And then it bursts and it's like, oh, sorry, Mom, I forgot to text you back.
Right?
It's been 2 weeks since you replied to any messages.
And every time I answer my phone now, Mom is like, wait, you picked up?
Yeah, are you okay?
She's jump scared every time I pick it up. Like, oh my God, I didn't actually expect you. But anyway, yeah, so it's very tunnel sight.
I really appreciate that you know that about yourselves. It's not easy, because I'm constantly bouncing back and forth, and right now I've got like 3 big and a dozen small projects sitting half done.
Yeah, I am like that with paintings, I think. I mean, I feel like you're a bit better than me at the multitasking.
It comes back to the video production side. Like, we have the deadline.
Right,
we're gonna produce it until then.
Yeah.
And it's usually on a scope where we are challenging ourselves, because that's how we keep like motivating ourselves. And that means we have to put in the thought and the manpower, which doesn't leave a lot of time left for production.
No.
And it's only us. Like, we're the only ones in our workshop.
Right. I have learned in the past couple of years to give myself, I try and schedule at least 1 day per week with no meetings. Because you give me a noon meeting and that whole day is gone in terms of my brain power. And I came across this article that talked about the difference between being a maker and a manager, and how they have different desires for their workday. And learning how to try and separate my weekly flow of work days so that some are only management and some are only making has been it's been really great for my process.
Yeah.
And that also helps with your expectations, I guess, because it can get a little bit annoying if you have to keep context switching between the two.
Yeah.
Because you're managing and creating at the same time, and neither is very fulfilling.
No, and then nothing's gotten done at the end of the day.
Right? Are you also the kind of person who's like, if you have a dentist appointment at 2, you can't do anything before?
Nothing.
Okay, thank you.
Nothing. I joke that like young people, they'll go out in the morning and they'll get like 4 things done. They'll go to the bank and then the grocery store. I'm like, that's 2 whole days of the week for me.
I always try to like schedule things so early in the morning that I cannot start to wait for it. Like, it has to be at like 8 a.m. or something before the day has really started. Then it's fine.
My assistant will tell you that I prefer all my meetings to happen as first thing in the day or at the end of the day. That's the goal.
Because then you're done with it.
Then I have this. I want 6 or 7 hours where I can screw up.
Perfect.
Or just like, I've even actually, there's that grace of like, you screw up so badly, you're like, I'm just going to go home for the day. Let's just go home and call it a weekend.
We have had some of those days.
Yeah, this day's broken. Try again tomorrow.
Where one of you may even says to the other, go home.
Yeah. You need it, come on.
Yeah.
And the follow-up on that question was if we have like a budget,
A budget,
for the project. Usually not. Like
No.
what we do is not very expensive typically. The expensive parts comes with like getting a new tool or a new camera or we just got a CNC. Like that's a budget sort of thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't come with a project attached to it.
The materials themselves are pretty inexpensive.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we of course have like limits to what we'd spend on a project. We're like, but that's more, I guess, intuitive.
Yeah.
If it's a really, really cool big build, we will spend what is required to do so.
So you have like, you guys feel the the creative, what you need to satisfy creatively will take whatever you decide it needs to get.
Yes, sometimes
Which I love.
that is the case.
Yeah.
And other times I find that doing things with like a restricted budget or only using a certain types of materials, only use what you have, whatever, is also like a great creative challenge, and it brings forth new ideas and new methods of doing stuff. So
I think we're pretty lucky in that way too, in that we're just two people, so it's like budget-wise, like we don't require that much, and then the project we do kind of evens out in how much they cost. Like some are we can just base on things we have already of materials and tools and stuff, and then it's really not a lot that goes out in there.
I've talked a lot about the process that Jamie Heineman and I had of working together on Mythbusters, and really just the TLDR of it is that when we were working together, our brains really ran on parallel tracks. And I knew if I was thinking about that bolt and I went, he'd be like, that bolt's fine. That's how clear we were about what the next important thing was every time. I'm curious about your working relationship. Do you guys divide and conquer? Do you both know the same thing all the times? How does the flow work between the two of you?
Well,
that's a great question.
That's a good question, because we are literally together 24/7. Like we live together and we work together. I think we have sort of like we are work. What do you call it? Like a co-workers. So that we have a very like, okay, we're gonna work and do this and this and this, and then we get home and then we're like, then we're home and we're like boyfriend and girlfriend basically. But on work, I think usually I take care of management stuff. And just all the surrounding things, and you dive into the like nitty-gritty. How are we gonna execute this on a practical level? And then when it comes to building the project, we both
divide and conquer there.
I film, and she's on camera most of the time, and that's the division, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And it's like very often you'll come up with like the video ideas and the project ideas. Which
I think that's one of the like reasons our channel began in the first place. Like our creative endeavors is like, this would be really cool to do. I bet Martina could execute it really well. Because she has a wonderful brain where she can actually like understand the steps and visualize it. I can not for the life of me visualize like how I would go about making that. I can try and fail and do it again and get there that way, but you can kind of see the steps in your head, which is really helpful for like time management.
No, I feel like we perfectly complement each other there, because we can kind of fire each other up in that way, and then I don't have to think about all the business side of things, because like you handle everything, all the communications, all those things. Like communication is the big killer for me. If I have to answer one text message, I'm like, I'm sorry, this is a public apology to all my friends, all my family members. Like I take ages to just answer messages and these things. It just requires brain power.
I have come up with many ways to say sorry for the delay in my reply. Peter Gilbert says, well, when you finish decorating every room in your house, will you move and start again?
Oh, when we run out of space. Funnily enough,
we just went here finishing another room, so good catch on that part.
No one's seen it yet, so spoiler.
If we'll move, I don't think we can sell our house.
No, that must just be a very specific
as an artifact.
We just customized all the rooms.
Right.
Who's gonna buy that?
They're gonna come and look at it and be like, what's
going on?
Is this place?
Do you know there's a subreddit called Zillow Gone Wild, which is crazy houses for sale in the U.S. Like weird houses.
Right.
And there's some spectacularly strange things going on.
We would
there.
end up in there.
Carpets in the bathrooms.
Oh,
carpets up to the edge of the tub in a bathroom.
No,
people are nuts.
That is crazy. That is wild.
That's not inspiring for a bill.
Special heebie-jeebies. Yeah, what's the deal with carpet? I'm sorry, I'm gonna rant. What's the deal with carpets in America? There's carpets everywhere.
And then you walk in with your shoes on.
Yeah, what's that? Why? I'm sorry, but it's just, oh.
We're monsters, all of us. Dostacado. Dostacado? Okay. Anyway, they say, I would love to know if Martina and Hans have any builds they'd love to do that are near and dear to them, but they don't feel it would do well on YouTube.
Oh. I think that happens a lot.
Yeah,
we have.
I think, yeah.
We have a whole project management system with like ideas, and then we sort them into good ideas, and then we sort them into viable ideas for YouTube. So it's like a filtering process. So 500 becomes 3 in the end.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much.
So yeah, there's a lot of things that I think would not be great YouTube videos.
Do you have an example of something that you think wouldn't scan?
I think the problem is often the very like repetitive tasks, like for instance making, I don't know, a full leather armor, and like there's no, if it's only the leather armor and no additional steps or no other materials,
It's
or
not
like
enough to...
no, not enough variation.
I
I
think
guess
for an armor maybe it would be, but
yeah,
but,
maybe
there are
that's
projects definitely like those.
Yeah.
I think.
And when I hammered the tinfoil ball, we put up for the Tested Premium members the unedited footage, which is 6.5 hours long. And I think like 75 people watch the whole thing.
Really?
What they do is they put the workbench, they put the laptop on their workbench, and then they work alongside.
Imagine if they didn't. They were like sitting there with their popcorn just watching. Oh, now this is getting exciting.
Oh, it's starting to get shiny now.
Also, honestly, if someone watched it at the regular speed with the sound on, paying full attention, I feel like they would learn stuff about me that I don't even know.
Probably.
You don't even remember saying it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So now now you know where to go to find secret info about Adam. Just time jump.
Exactly. I've been long wanting to do a tour of my kitchen, because my kitchen is another shop in my life, and it is very well outfitted in a totally different philosophical frame than this place. And it's also, I am the luxury of working here almost entirely alone, and I can bring in collaborators, and I love that, but I don't really have to wonder whose fault it is that tool's missing. It's always my fault. But in my kitchen, my wife and I both have total knowledge of the system, and so we both use it. And the holdup has simply been like, and I'll do it, but it feels insanely personal to show people how all my pots and pans are laid out. Also, because they will think I'm a little nuts. And it's like, sure, okay, a very reasonable amount of the audience already knows I'm a little nuts, but this one will, it's a thing.
Yeah, no, I get that, because it's like, it's kind of like showing someone your shopping cart. Like, you can tell a lot about a person about what they buy in a store, you know, what they have in your fridge. And it's like, yeah, no, I get why that feels a bit like, too
just
close.
revealing. And I mean, sometimes when I'll do a piece to camera, if it's super personal, the moment I'm done, I can't remember a single word I said. The rest of the time, I can kind of call it all back up. But Thank you guys so much for watching, and I wanted to briefly mention that you could become a Tested member. I know, everybody is competing for you to become a member of their thing. What I want to express to you is that the Tested membership has become such an important part of the Tested family. We get tremendous feedback from the Tested members, and they expand the stories that we can tell and the things that we have access to. And you can become a part of it right now by clicking on the link below. See you in the chat.